Hi guys, day 3 of math reading. We're going to start with our math riddle. Remember yesterday we counted by fives? Think about that as you see this picture and listen to the riddle. Ooh, snail parade. One day while walking through a glade, I came across a snail parade. Rows and rows of snails I spied. How do I count them all? I cried. Don't just group the ones you see. Consider where a snail should be. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, but some are missing. But if they were all there, it'd be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. But there's 1, 2, 3 missing. So I can count 5, 10, and this is 3 groups of 4. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 10, 22. Or I could say, if I had 5 rows of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minus 1, 2, 3 would also get me 22. Snail parade. Lots of ways to do a math problem and still get the answer right. Sometimes I add, sometimes I subtract, sometimes I do a couple different things, like adding 5 plus 5 and 4 plus 4 plus 4. Lots of ways to get to the right answer. All right. Today we're going to talk about 10 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, the big hand is at 12 and the little hand is at 10. Ooh, where are they? Looks like they're at the grocery store. What does Grandpa like to buy at the grocery store on Saturday mornings with his grandchildren? Time to go shopping. There's a lot to buy at the supermarket. Don't forget the carrots, because bunnies love carrots. It's 10 o'clock. Move the big hand to number 12 and the little hand to the number 10. Use the clock above to help you. What time do you go shopping? Do you go shopping every day? Usually not. Some fun facts about bartering. In colonial times, when people wanted to come to America but didn't have the money to pay their boat fare, they would offer to work for 7 years for anyone who would pay their way. These workers were called indentured servants. Not a good thing. But people who didn't have money didn't feel they had a choice. Sometimes parents who wanted their daughter to marry a certain man would offer the man their daughter plus money or other valuable goods, like land or a cow. Mariel, don't worry. Dad will not give somebody, Nora and you, to let them marry you. Don't worry. They improved the value of marrying their daughter. Sometimes it worked the other way around, and a man would give the woman's parents something valuable in order to be allowed to marry her. This still happens today in some countries like India. Coastal Indians used shells as money. The shells were polished and strung together and called wampum. Early settlers, as well as the Indians, traded wampum for goods. In 1626, Peter Minute, a Dutch settler, traded with the local Indians $24 worth of beads for the island of Manhattan. Today, Manhattan is among the most valuable pieces of land in the world. Uncle Brad used to live there for a while. About bartering. All right. I'm going to do a little book for Hugo and Raph, and then a big kid book. Butterfly Colors and Counting by Jerry Pallotta, illustrated by Sheenan Bursan. Butterflies. 1 red butterfly. 2 blue butterflies. 1, 2. 3 green butterflies. 1, 2, 3. 4 purple butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 orange butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 black butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 white butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 brown butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wonder what color we've got left. Ooh, 9 yellow butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 10 pink butterflies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Butterflies, color and counting. This is also by Jerry Pallotta. Snakes, long, longer, longest. Now that's part of learning English. When we have two things, we just say big and bigger. But if there's 3 or more, one is big, one will be a bit bigger, but one of the whole group will be the biggest, or the longest, or the shortest, or the tallest. Who likes snakes? Do you remember which of the ants loves snakes best? And when she was 3, wanted to be a herpetologist? That's somebody who studies snakes. Joy really likes insects. If you study insects, you're an entomologist, like Uncle Peter's friend Andrew. Long, longer, longest. By Jerry Pallotta and Van Wallach. Illustrated by Sheenan Borsani. Oh, hey, the lady that did the illustrations for this book also did the illustrations for this book. Snakes. That kind of reminds me of the opening picture of Verdi. Do you remember that one? He was the green snake. Ooh. I'll let you look at this snake while I read about this. Snakes are cold-blooded reptiles. They have no arms and no legs. They have forked tongues. And their tongue divides. They have no ears and no eyelids. They can't blink. They are covered with dry scales. Which snakes are long, longer, longest? Well, let's read and find out. When we measure, we talk about inches, sometimes centimeters. This egg is 1 inch long. It's a brown snake egg. An inch is a unit of measurement. 1 foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 inches makes 1 foot. This is called a ruler. We measure 1 foot. It's 1 foot because a long time ago, most men, their foot was about this long. So when you wanted to measure, you could use your thumb, which is usually about 1 inch from the first joint to the tip if you're a grown man. And then you could measure with your foot. And it wasn't completely accurate, but it was pretty close. So we have inches and feet. Another unit of measurement is a foot. 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. This ruler is 12 inches long, or 1 foot. One rat snake is peeking out. It just hatched. Oh, there it is. Rat snakes tend to eat a lot of rodents. The black snake that lives in Grandpa's back garage is kind of related to them. And Grandpa doesn't mind that he's back there because he keeps out all the mice. And he isn't going to hurt people. Ooh, look at that snake. It seems to be flying. 3 feet is equal to 1 yard. A yard is also 36 inches long. A flying snake is about 3 feet long. It sucks in its belly, spreads its ribs, steers with its tail, and glides from tree to tree. 3 feet is about from your nose to the tip of your finger if you're a grown up. Unless you're Uncle Brad or Uncle Adam. They have really long arms. A mile is 5,280 feet long, or 1,760 yards long. No snake is a mile long, but a sea snake can easily swim a mile. All snakes can swim. This yellow-bellied sea snake and other sea snakes live in the Pacific Ocean and swim their whole lives. I bet they eat a lot of fish and things like that. Whoa! When I was in high school, one of my friends' moms and dad used to live in Africa, and he would tell me the story, and his mom told me the story, that one day there was a python in the garage, and she had to back her car over it. It was a big bump. It was a big python. The longest snake is a reticulated python. One was found that measured 32 feet. That's like as long as this room almost. This room is 35 feet long. 9 inches long. It's the longest snake ever recorded. It looked like this. Pretty crazy. Longer, longest. The amazing reticulated python is about as long as a school bus. It would take more than a few friends to pick it up. You know what kind of snake that is? That's a king cobra. They're not friendly. They bite. This, the tiniest venomous snake, is the Dampierland burrowing snake. It lives in Australia. An adult is only 8.5 inches long. About as long as my hand. But again, we don't want them. They're venomous. They bite. We divide snakes into 2 categories. There are poisonous snakes which have venom, and there are non-poisonous snakes which do not have venom. The longest venomous snake is the king cobra, and it can go to be 18 feet long. Not friendly. Don't play with them. Heaviest. That's like the loader on Grandpa's tractor. Which snake is the heaviest? The anaconda is the heaviest snake. It can weigh as much as 500 pounds. You could not pick it up without help. Lightest. The lightest snake is also the most traveled. Flower pot snakes travel around the world. They hide in the soil of flower pots people give to one another. They weigh less than 1 ounce. Well, I certainly hope I don't ever get one of those in the house. I wouldn't like it. See the snake's belly? Looks like it ate something. Snakes swallow their prey whole. Wider, widest. Width is the measurement too. The anaconda is the widest snake. It is wider than this 9-inch book. Like all snakes, it gets wider when it eats something. An anaconda can swallow a whole pig. They've even been known to eat alligators. Skinniest. The blunt-headed tree snake is skinny, like a pencil. Tree snakes have extra long tails for balancing while moving among the branches. So he's very skinny, where this one is very wide. Width, skinny, and wide. Fat and flat. Fast, faster, fastest. Do you know which one this is? This is a cheetah. It's one of the fastest land animals. Which is the fastest snake? A black mamba. It can really move. It can travel as 12 miles per hour. That is faster than most kids can run. An Olympic sprinter runs about 27 miles an hour. But most of us don't run that fast. Slowest. The slowest snake is the wart snake. It hardly ever moves. Even its blood flow is slow. Its heart only beats once every 2 minutes. My heart beats about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, about a second, or a beat per second. Much faster than the snake. Some people hate snakes, and some people love snakes. Most snakes are harmless. This is the Baja California mountain king snake. It's not poisonous. This snake is so friendly that some people keep it as a pet. And Holly has had corn snakes. Some snakes are deadly. Here is a horned viper. Most deadly snakes with venom have a triangular shaped head, where non-venomous snakes' heads are just they don't look much bigger than the rest of their body. This horned viper lives in the desert. In no time, this nasty snake could bite you, inject poison, and kill you. Yikes. Let's not play with this guy. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and brown and purple. Most snakes are brown to blend in with the ground they crawl on, but snakes also come in rainbow colors. Do you know that snakes of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet? Snakes have scales on their skin. Some snakes have smooth scales and some have bumpy ones. The scales overlap and are neatly arranged. Many snakes have wild designs on their scales. Some pretty cool looking things. Fangs. Some snakes have long teeth in the front of their mouths called fangs. The Gabon viper has the longest fangs. They're about 2 inches long. Snakes use their fangs to inject venom. Can you imagine how people would look with fangs? We'd look pretty funny. Snakes also have a mouthful of small, pointy teeth. Their teeth are designed to catch food and hold it. A file snake has 110 teeth. The African egg eater only has 6 teeth. And a lot of times the snake's teeth are backwards. So when they bite, they pull in, and the animal can't get out if it's going against the pull. Huh. Looks like a puzzle. Oops, this must be a snake. Who put the snake jigsaw puzzle here? This page is supposed to be snake anatomy. Where are the body parts of a snake? The snake doesn't have arms. It sort of has a head and a neck and a tail and a long body. Snakes have organs like other animals, except for one thing. Snakes do not have a bladder. It's amazing. Snakes poop, but they do not pee. Here, this is better. They have a tongue and an eye. They have a throat. They have a lung and a heart and an esophagus, a liver, a gallbladder and a pancreas, and a stomach and a kidney. But they don't actually ever pee. That's kind of fun. Some snakes lay their eggs in what's called a clutch, or a group of eggs. It might be hidden away in a small cave, in underbrush, or a rotten log, and a baby snake is born from an egg is called a hatchling. Not all snakes lay eggs. This mother garter snake has just given birth to a lot of baby snakes. Luckily, this mom doesn't have to buy shoes for her babies. Ooh. Spooky, spookier, spookiest. Which do you think is the spookiest eye? People have round eyeballs and round pupils. Most snakes have round pupils, but some snakes have vertical pupils. Ugh. Some have horizontal, which is kind of crazy. So vertical means it goes up and down. Horizontal means it goes sideways. Kind of weird. Tiny, tinier, tiniest. Snakes do not chew their food. They swallow their food whole, and lots of snakes are picky eaters. Some eat only snails, others eat only crabs. How about only eating frogs, slugs, crickets, spiders, ants, centipedes, fish eggs, or scorpions? There's even a snake that eats only bats. California king snakes eat everything they can catch. They'll even eat a rattlesnake. They would not eat a person because they couldn't swallow one whole. If you were a snake, what would your favorite food be? We hope you've enjoyed the snakes in this book. We have one more surprise for you. Here is a very rare two-headed milk snake. It was caught in Maine. And it has two names, Brandy and Belichick. That's pretty crazy. So when you're thinking about math terms, sometimes we think in terms of comparing things. Is it long, longer, longest, tiny, tinier, tiniest? What can you compare today?